So, another Walking Dead video. This episode is Scars. And before I get started, I appreciate y'all feedback and stuff, y'all conversation. So if you want to put your input in, do so in the comment section, man. And you know I'm going to get back at y'all. But let's get into this video. And this week, I tried to be more professional and more in line, because my thoughts be all over the place because I be forgetting stuff, my attention span bad, so I be freestyling. So I'm going to try to be in line with my thoughts. So this episode, man, it starts off, they're looking for Rick. And it's a flashback type scenario. It's funny watching Michonne walk around pregnant and stuff. But that's where the story takes off. Why? During where the scars and stuff happen. But we get a lot of information, a lot of backstory on this. And why they act the way they do, why they are so distrusting with everybody. And I was so happy to have this wrapped up because I've been waiting on this information, seemed like forever. They go out looking for Rick. She finds the gun and stuff, but they don't find Rick. Evidently, move on to other scenes. It goes from present to past. One of the first present scenes is Daryl and them coming to the gates. And so when Daryl and them come to the gate, then it has like a parallel scene of the past. And she sees this black girl with dreadlocks and stuff. I'm like, oh, Michonne found her daughter. Because if you see the comic books, the girl kind of looks like that. Like, she did look kind of old. But I'm like, oh, Rick, and she found her daughter. That's not what happened, though. That's not what happened. But they have the little parallels, so they introduce this other group. And they have their flashback scene, so that is established. Then they have in present tense. And Michonne, she doesn't trust people. So they have Lydia with them. She don't trust them. Some things that bother me, like homeboy had to get stitches. She's sitting on the porch with him. He just got fresh stitches. He got stabbed in the leg and stuff. She's playing with his stitches and stuff. You trying to get homeboy get his stuff infected and then have to cut his leg off and stuff. Like, why are you playing with his fresh stitches? And then Lydia and Michonne have kind of a heart-to-heart moment and stuff. And it's not the deepest thing in the world, but it takes a lot for Michonne to accept anybody. And we learned this in this episode, why. And a little bit of foreshadowing also. Because Michonne tells her, she's like, I wish I didn't have to worry about everybody and I can just leave and take away the danger and everything and take it upon myself and go and stuff. And we kind of know that Michonne is going to leave the show next season. Will it be that she dies this season and so she won't be on the show next season? Or she's just going to leave during next season or get killed off next season? But to me, it seemed like a little bit of foreshadowing. Ass Kicker and Daryl, they have a little conversation. I thought that was real interesting, that they would have a little heart-to-heart, because it's two of my favorite characters and stuff. And she kind of finishes it off like, what would Rick do? What would my father do? And it's a good point, because all during this point, well, I say all during this point, but it has been 5-year time lapse. But a lot of the years watching this show, Rick has always been the one making the decisions, and he has spawned everything. Like even where they at Alexandria and stuff. Like that's partly because of Rick. Rick led them to the promised land. Everything is come from Rick. And we find out that the friend that Michonne, the person that Michonne meets, is actually her friend back from the real world and stuff. And so that's interesting. And Michonne is so happy to have somebody from real life in a buffer, because she's pregnant at the time. She lost Rick. She's going through a whole lot. So she's opening up her heart all the way. Like, I have somebody that I can relate to somebody that knows the real me and stuff. I'm so happy. And it turns out this bitch is R. Kelly. She the Pied Piper. She taking these kids and teaching them the way and making them into murderers and stuff. And so you see why Michonne don't trust anybody and stuff, man. She ran into the Pied Piper of Walking Dead. God damn it. Then Michonne and them, they do homegirls the Pied Piper. So she ends up stealing most of the kids in Alexandria. So they have to go chasing after her and stuff. They finally catch up to her. Something else in this episode. I'm going to try to watch this episode again. But if you watch this the first time, and I text people out of state and stuff that I talk to, and I'm like, are y'all going through the same thing? Man, they had commercials dropping in the middle of scenes, cutting out scenes in the episode. I'm like, what the hell? Did y'all experience that also? I'm like, man, that is very unprofessional. That is very messed up. They had like 2-3 scenes in the episode where stuff just blanked out. Michonne was talking to Daryl like on a swing. They were out looking for the kids. Next thing I know, they in there with the kids, and Michonne gets knocked out. Then they show how they got the scars. She's teaching the kids like to brand the people and stuff, as far as like not having a conscience or not being scared of consequences and stuff. So she's making them do things that they don't want to do to harden them up. So that bitch crazy. And Michonne and them, they do end up getting loose. And she sicks the kids on them and stuff. She sicks the kids on them. She sneaks Lydia not Lydia, she sneaks Judith and them out the way. So man, Michonne and them got to fight through the kids. Man, they slice Michonne's stomach and stuff. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And when she finally does get to the outside, I'm thinking like, no way they're gonna get away, because they split ways. So I'm like, Daryl is gonna cut them off, but it didn't happen like that. Michonne got outside, and man, she had to confront all these kids. Well, homegirl hit her first. I was so happy on that scene where Michonne cut this bitch up. She had to kill her friend. Like, I know they had to hurt her, but as a fan watching, I'm like, ooh, I was so happy that she gruesomely tore this bitch up. As mean as that sounds. But man, the kids are still coming for Michonne, man. And look at the flowers, kids. Look at the flowers. She got to go Carol on them, except for more gruesome and direct. Man, Michonne tears these kids a new asshole. She tears these kids up. Oh, I missed a scene also, man. Whenever the kids are gone, they have parallels. So the kids leave, will get stolen, but then in present world, Judith shoots out. So she goes have a heart-to-heart with Negan also. And Negan is becoming an important character, man, because she's showing Michonne things about little ass kicker that Michonne doesn't really want to know, or kind of being blind about. Like, why is she doing this and what have she told you and stuff? She's trying to shield her away from the world. But Judith is advanced. She is not a little baby. She is Michonne's daughter. And the determination and heart that Michonne has, Judith has that in abundance as well. As along with Rick and pieces of Carl and other people in the show. This is an amazing little girl, man. They have a lot of kid actors that you like, their career is gonna flame out. They ain't gonna be shit. Like Carl, he's going to college and stuff. I'm happy for homeboy. Like, as far as being a thespian and stuff, I don't think he's going to. But he don't seem like he likes acting and stuff anyway. He made them cut himself off the show. So I don't think he's gonna be around anymore. A lot of child stars go. I think she's gonna be one that you will see. Like, she's going to go above and beyond. This little girl will be a star. I just had to get that out the way. Had to give these props. And so back to, man, she kills all these kids. She tears their ass up. And we see her and Judith having a conversation whenever she finally does find Judith in present terms, it cuts back to the scenes and stuff, and it makes you think. Like, she doesn't think that Judith knows a lot of things, but Judith was conscious of what was happening. Like, whenever she was stolen from the people and stuff, and she seen Michonne kill those kids and stuff. She seen what people had to do to make it in the world. As much as she tried to shield it from her, she knows of these horrors in the world. So that's cool right there. So now she can kind of stop trying to shield little Ass Kicker of stuff, because Ass Kicker knows, man, and she's conscious. And Ass Kicker she's a little girl, but she is wise beyond her years, because she's like, look, I know you want to shield us and protect us and bad things happen, but don't we love the king? Don't we love Carol? Like, it doesn't seem like we do. And it cuts through Michonne, and it shows her kind of the error of her ways, man. Like, she cut everybody off because her best friend in the real world did her dirty, did her wrong. So how can she trust anybody else when her best friend did her like that? She had to get over this, and like, that is the psychology of the show. Like, some people, the apocalypse brings out the worst in them, man, and things happen. But like, a lot of these people, the King, Carol, Daryl, etc., they have been with her post-apocalypse. So they are the people that they are. And she knows them. That is her new family and stuff. She can trust them. She has to learn to trust again. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", getting pulled by the horses. Hey, the end of the episode, they got a car cut up, used it as a buggy, and they are going towards the fair. In the crazy, they get to the fair, they pick up Daryl in the people. They get to the fair and stuff, and we see what I've been talking about. If you've been watching my videos, you see what I've been talking about. The massacre is coming. Like, they have the Whisperers, and they're watching. They're like, yo, let's go tell Alpha. And I think the massacre is going to come. As it happened in the comic books, I won't expound any further, but comic book, if you can find the issues, I don't know what number it is and stuff, but find the Whisperer saga or something if you want to read it and see what happened. It's some interesting stuff that might happen. I don't know if it's going to happen exactly like that. In a way, I kind of don't want it to happen. I don't want all these key characters to die, but it seems like it's leaning towards that way. Next episode will be interesting, but whoever directed this episode, other than the damn commercials popping in on wrong parts, other than that, they did a great job as far as the directing and stuff, with the parallels of the storytelling with the present in the past and how it tied in. It was a good episode, man. But like, comment, subscribe. Don't be the greatest and the most hated. Peace out.